All right. Sister Deborah is on two pages right at this time. I'm doing two different pages. I had to go this route. Something done on me after several people wanted me to know that uh, they couldn't hear the video. I had no idea. There should never have been a reason why. It was turned up. Everything was right. But then something that spoke to me with a quiet voice. And it was that the power in what you were saying couldn't handle. This is what has been told to us. That in that day, these are the sort of things that we cannot change. They're going to come from every corner there is. With the things that appear to be what one would call power. And they're going to come in every shape, form, and fashion. They're going to come to be enemies. They're going to come to be friends. They're going to come to be family, and they're going to come to hate. Meaning they're going to be there as a family. Your family going to be there, but there's going to be more hate than what you know as family. Like a lot of people take these platforms, and they think they're doing something. I would not waste my time on this devil platform giving people darkness. If I can't enlighten you, I wouldn't be on here. My purpose, my calling is to bring light into the spirit of those who eat spirit and truth, who yearn for the spiritual food. This message is definitely a message in which darkness knew to cut it out for whatever reason it was. For whatever reason they chose to, it was done. And I asked the Father if you would help me to speak it like I spoke it. And he will. Because the way I broke that thing down was the way he broke it down in me. It's no way. And at the end, I said, I hope you got something or you learned something. Even if you didn't, I learned a whole lot. Just sitting in that car with that message alone. Y'all, I've learned so much I never knew while speaking right there. So I'm going to pull up again. Before my Sabbath come in, I'm going to hope that that y'all would help me reach that level of this message in which he gave me then. I'm finna pull it up now. And you're going to see my head turn both ways because I'm on both platforms. So I, Sister Deborah, I say unto you, here we go. I want to let you know that the light has sparked fire. The light has sparked fire. This is what you're about to hear. How the light can spark fire. Because this message is going to be on fire. And where it's going to manifest or brighten itself is in the message itself and how the Spirit is going to bring out what he has said. Not what man has said, but what he has said and what was behind what all he said. Now, I'm going to go on and start because I'm going to have to be able to go into it. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So I know I got some help. I know I got some help. But the light has sparked some fire, y'all. Oh, yes. So when they thought they did something and how they did it, I can't even explain it. But I tell you now, what I'm about to say, whatever they do, they can do it. If they do it again, I'll pull it up again and speak on it. So the light sparked some fire. Where? Where about? There is a saying in your King James Bible in your 1611, and that many pastors, bishops, priests, evangelists, apostles, prophets, Maureen, seers, prophetess, teachers, been teaching. They had it all wrong. Oh, Father, how? I'm going to trust in you because I'm going to have to back that thing up and lay that thing down. And I'm just thinking of all the stuff he had gave me in the video earlier. Now watch this. It was something said, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart. When the Father wanted me to understand that the power and how much power of the mystery rests in that. See, I didn't know that. See, I thought it was just a saying to try to tell these sperm donors or these men that holds the sperm to let them know they've been doing it wrong from the beginning. That's what I was thinking. But no, the Father says there's a mystery for this end day, for this midnight hour. This is what you call light pulling up out of darkness. This is what you call strictly spirit and truth. So get your spiritual backpack packed for this one. Make sure you got room in it, because you're going to need some room for this. So he said, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart. Okay? Now, here we go. We're going to start with the beginning. And it said train. So I said to you like that, and I'm like, okay, I get it. No, you don't get it. I'm speaking to one that I sent down to be a trainer. Hold up, Father. So this is what you call, Sister Deborah was telling y'all, hearing behind what it said. To hear behind what it said. So it says, train up a child. He want me to stop right there at train. He said, when you say train, it's deeper than that, Deborah. Let's put it in the right perspective in spirit and truth. Train should have been trainer. I charged a trainer to exist first and foremost on the earth. I charged a trainer. If you go to a gym and you join a gym membership, first thing they tell you, we got private trainers, or we got trainers. Or a lot of times they talk about the private trainer, 101. And that's what the Spirit of the Most High said. When I created, Deborah, I created a trainer. Do you know what that means, Deborah? That trainer had a position, a job, a duty to train. I said, okay, I got it. Matter of fact, I got it real good, Father. So let us go. So he said, let's take train away. Because you can put that train on any and everybody. But I sent a trainer. Okay? That sounds real good. So he's telling the trainer to train up a child. Now the trainer must understand. To train up a child The Creator is not giving you somebody else's child. He's giving you your own. He said, trainer, in your womb with sperms. Based on the science, they allow you to see how active your sperms are. When you see them, they're so active. Those were the seeds. I called you to position to be a trainer of your own seed. That's the child. Because in you held all nations, all people, male and female, come from you, trainer. So it's your obligation to train those that are in your line. Learn. Because you had a whole bunch of them. I put them there for a reason. And so many. But you are the trainer of your own seed. So the child, I just wanted him to start with understanding the one child. Because everyone come out of his womb. We're going to call it a womb. Those sperms, those are seeds. You are the trainer of them. The Father wants you to know whether they're male or female. You are the trainer of the sperms, which are the seeds that is within your womb. So the obligation is for the trainer to train up a child. Because the child in which you're going to train up, it's going to be your child out of your womb, your sperm. That consider your seed. This is why he said, I will visit the iniquity of the father 3 to 4 generations. He said, Deborah, I've been chasing them with this understanding ever since the beginning to the very end. And they have not taught it, preached it, ministered it, because they got away with it all the time. You all don't even know the capacity of what they got away with. If you think they got away with something just taking a woman's identity, no, they got away with something greater than that. And the Father's going to reveal it right here. So he said that Deborah is not trained, it's a trainer. Because it's something in his womb that he's dispersing as seeds, which is his sperm. When they are integrated and taken care of in the womb of a woman, when they come out, now the liability of why you were created start to work. Now train up those sperms. Now that they have been developed as a human, train them up in the way they should go. The Father wants y'all to keep in mind something. It says up, train them up, a child. Train up a child. He's speaking to those who were given the sperms, which are the seeds. He said, man would never tell man that, dude, hey, guy, or hey, do you know that you got all the nations in your womb? When he talked to Abraham, did he not tell him that? You shall be blessed, and there's so many nations in your womb. Because Abraham had a seed that had seeds and had seeds and had seeds and had seeds, even Ishmael. See, y'all ain't telling us to think stupid, be stupid, live stupid, die stupid. No. Too much light out there. And we didn't see none of it. And as he continued to tell me that we're going to start this off right by saying, not a trainer. Now you got to figure out who the trainer is. The same one that has the nations in their womb. They need to what? Train up those that are in their womb, which is their children. I know you think you didn't heard some. Sit your tails down because you haven't. Okay? Train up a child. Now watch this. In the way. Now you notice it says in, up, and in. Up and in. Up and in the way. He wants you to know that the trainer is not to train up the children the way he come up. He's not to train up the children the way his grandparents came up, nor his mother, nor him himself and his wife. But there is a way that you ought to train the children up. Now, when you look and you see the word children, that's what you see all in the world today. They somebody's child. They can be 80 years old, but they somebody what? Child. And that's what it's trying to get you to see. When it switched from child to old, he's trying to get y'all to understand. See that I'm talking about every human being on the face of the earth, male or female. A male is liable for the training of what was in his womb. So he's now saying, in the way. No, a book can't tell you the way. Your mom and daddy can't tell you the way. Your wife can't tell you the way. Your friends, your pastor. Nobody can tell you the way. Because they might not have the way. And the way, it's only one way. It's not a way you go in and out, up and down, and all around. If you ask somebody the direction to the mall that's near you, they're going to try to direct you to the mall that's near you. They're going to show you the way. They're going to tell you the way. Well, this is the expectation that Yah had invested in men, to show the other men and the daughters that's in their womb the way. This is going to show you how and why you know that it never was Eve in the garden. It was always Adam. It's going to make it clearly seen. So he's saying now, Deborah, this trainer is supposed to train up a child. Why is he training them up? Because they first is a baby. Remember, they can't walk, they can't do anything. But he holding this trainer to work with the child at a young age in the way of one thing, right, called righteous. He wanted the trainer to train the children, the child up in right, which is righteous. That was the only way. Now, who are you all, and who can say they can direct someone the way? The way to where? Right, righteous. Many. Who? Those who hold the light. Because if you hold the light, you know the way. And if it gets too how would I say, cloudy or dark, you got the light. You can still show them the way. Because the way is to what is right, what is righteous. So here he said, Deborah, I called a position on the earth before the foundation of the world, and that position was a trainer. To train all of the seeds that's in them in the way up, from a child on up, from a young adult to a teen. I called them to train them up in the way of what is right and righteous. And I was silly. I was. But he played silly right with me. And he gave me the answer, because I said, but what if they didn't come up in righteous? What if they parents didn't teach them righteous? Can they teach righteous if they parents didn't raise them, and their grandparents didn't raise their parent, and a parent didn't raise them? Do they know the way to righteous? He said, yeah, I put it in him. It's called truth. Had they had truth activated in them, then they can show the child how coming up right is right. It rests in righteous. So it's no excuse. And guess what he did? You come on here, let's go to the beginning. Oh, you mean I got to go all the way back to the beginning? Yes. So he took me all the way back to the beginning, to when he created Adam. He said, Deborah, didn't I say everything that I created, it was good? I was pleased with it, wasn't it, Deborah? Yeah. So was it anything that wasn't perfect? No, it was all good and perfect. Okay, but what about when I created man? Was he not good and perfect? Yeah. So did I not put him in a good, perfect earth with everything, where he didn't have to do anything? Everything was already there. I said, yeah. What will be the percentage? I said, okay, I'm going to go there with you. 99.9. Correct. So Adam was put in the garden 99.9 perfect and good, y'all. That 1%, 1% was what one would say the tree of good and evil. How did a man be created in so much perfection, good and perfect harmony, and pass by 99.9 to go to 1%, which was good and evil? Then he turned and said, was not I perfect? Yes, you were, Father Yah. Did not I create everything good, Deborah? Yes, you did. Did not I put that which was good, which was man, in a garden that was good? Yes, you did, Father Yah. So what is the percentage? 99.9 was perfect. And that 1%, 1% was good and evil. Man bypassed 99.9 to go in the way of 1%. And guess what he said? And he did it with the spirit I gave him, which is an image of me. I have a spirit, and I gave every human being that has the breath a spirit. So I blew in the breath and gave them not just my breath, Deborah. I gave them a spirit, and what came with the breath was truth. Truth came with them. So Adam was so perfect. That's why they turned around and said, Yeshua came to replace Adam. You all fail to have respect for Yeshua and realize that, wait a minute, he came in a woman's womb, born of a flesh, to show you that what Adam did, no, it was nothing righteous in it. But guess what? That's what everybody lived in this world. after Yeshua came to show it up and show it out and to fulfill it. But guess what? People still live back at Adam. So it shows you why it took another man to come and not a woman. The woman couldn't replace Adam. He couldn't send a female to replace Adam. Why? Because it was a man all the time. It was a man that has lied to us all the way up until this midnight hour. And they still lie to you. The whole world is built up on the destruction, evil, wicked, abomination, the whoring, the whoremonger, the murdering, the killing, and all shapes and forms of witchcraft, voodoo. All of it is orchestrated by man. And this is where the plan. Satan had it already planned. I don't care what he created. I'm going after the weaker link, and the weaker link only. The weaker link was not Eve. It was always Adam. Why? Because Adam held all nations in him. He had all the sperms, y'all. And if I can get the one that's holding all nations and all sperms, I can deceive the whole world. That's why the Father said it's okay for me to say. I wouldn't dare say Satan has to deceive the whole world. But because the Father said it's okay. Why? It's true. He has fully successful deceived the whole world. But guess what, y'all? Let me give you a mystery. He couldn't have done it without me. That's how he was able to deceive the whole world. He knew that the Father was going to send the seeds down in the flesh. And he knew that somewhere along the line, the seeds have to be in either her or him. He didn't waste no time. He outthink you all when it's way back then, even to this very day. He went after the one that was carrying all flesh in his womb, the sperms, the seeds. That's how he was able, y'all, to deceive the whole world, because he was able to nail in on the one that was carrying all nations, all sperms, all seeds. They knew that. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a look. I'll give you a little something. Oh, Father, now you know you're going too far, because you just loaded on me. He said, this is what he telling me. He said, Deborah, you remember Mary? They was trying to kill her. They weren't trying to kill Joseph, because Joseph wasn't carrying the seed. See? They were after the one that was carrying the seed. And at this time, heavens had put the seed in woman. So everybody didn't know, because that's the way they taught y'all to believe the lie. They were always after her. They wanted to stone her. They didn't want to do nothing to Joseph, because Joseph wasn't carrying the seed. That's why in the beginning, when Satan deceived, in that garden, it was not woman. It could not be woman, because woman wasn't the one that was carrying the nation. Woman wasn't the one that was carrying the flesh. Woman wasn't carrying the seeds, y'all. She wasn't the sperms. He was after the one that was carrying the seeds. And that was man. You see how man thought they were smarter enough to deceive everybody except for Yah. And Yah shared that with his servant. Now, that to me just bump. Y'all gone somewhere and sit out. Y'all don't know nothing. They teaching y'all lies and you eating it up like a full meal deal, waiting for the next day to get another lie. That's how much darkness in people. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, now they were trying to kill her all the time. Joseph was trying to escape. And the men told y'all that they was trying to escape because she wasn't married. Marry her so that, they can't kill her. See, they couldn't come after her the way that they was trying to come after her, but they still was looking for her. There was a king sent his men out to find out where was the child going to be born. They were going to kill her and the child. Why? Because she was carrying the seed. The Father wants y'all to know how important it is to understand it was always man in the garden. That's Satan. Man took on Satan, and Satan took on him. And this is what he showed it to me. He said, Deborah, you remember the questions you used to ask me when you were young? Why would I put that tree there? Because heavens had already had it written. Yeshua kept telling us, it is written, it is written. And the third time, Satan said, it is written. How is it they knew and know that everything is written in the kingdom and the world don't rule nothing? This earth don't rule nothing. It's already predestined, ordained, foreknew, and it is written the way it got to go down on the earth. So he said, if I got two books, one is a book to eternal kingdom, and the other one is a book to an eternal lake of fire, damnation. Why wouldn't I put two trees? I got two books for two locations. So if I'm taking out of those books the spirits to come down as the seed, I got to put their direction down here for them. That's why there were two trees. Adam knew already what tree he wanted the moment he came down. What do you mean by that, Deborah? Don't forget, 99.9 was perfect, good, pleasant. Y'all created it that way. How did that 1% of good and evil win a man that was perfect? Impossible. Unless he come from the book that was written for darkness. That's the only reason he took that 1% over that 99.9. So what he's saying, likened to the trainer who is given a position to train up his seeds in the way that they should go. And only one way is that the trainer can train them. He can't train them up in a way that he had orchestrated himself, because he didn't give himself that position. He didn't assign heaven to be a male. He didn't come down here to carry all the nations in his womb because that's what he wanted. He was assigned a position as a trainer. So now when he have these children or a child, he got to train them from little up. And that's what it says, train up a child. Letting them know you start when they are a child. Trainer, train those kids when they are a child and up. You mean it? Train up that child when they are a child. Train them up in the right, which is righteous. Okay, you get it? And when they are old, the way he should go, let's go back there. The way is the way of right and righteous. But notice he said he should go. He did not give him a choice, as if Adam is in the garden and he had a choice to take good and evil over the tree of life. You are stupid fool if you were given 99.9 light and you chose 1% darkness for your eternal. You's a fool inside of a fool and outside of a fool. So that's why I say be careful running around here talking about what you got. Because many of you don't have nothing, but yet you keep saying you the light. Now listen to that. He said, in the way, we know that the way is right and righteous. So he can't say, well, let's say, for instance, Sister Deborah, when I get to the kingdom and I say, okay, Father, I had a hard time. My parents chose my siblings over me. They always never considered me. They always knew I had these talents, but they did. You know, you think heaven's waiting for that mess? Heaven don't give a rat's behind how your parents did you down here. That's what y'all don't know about this Father. He don't care. All that mess y'all talking about don't mean nothing. So people don't understand. You ain't gonna use that trash to justify where your eternal is. It's already written. Okay? So when you thinking that, okay, when it's time, I'm gonna tell them what I was molested, I was beaten, I was raped, I was sold. He ain't going for it. Y'all ain't judging you based on that. He's not going to do it. So he says, we know that the way is right and right. And he said he should go. He ain't talking about the way you want to go, or you want them to go, or the way you came. No, should. And only way he should go is the way that the one that gave you position of a trainer. What way did he give you as a trainer? That you should train up your children in the way they should go. So what is that should go way? Should go in the way of right and righteous. That's what it should be. But it's almost like he's leaving something and saying it don't have to be perfect. Just make sure you train them up to the way of righteousness. You see? Because what? The way he should go. So he's telling these trainers, which are these men, I gave you all these seeds, now train them up in the way. Anybody that wasn't in the righteous way with the service of Yah cut them loose. You can't, I don't care if that's your daddy and that's your grandfather. I don't care if that's your mother. I don't care who they are. You cut her loose, bro. You got to go your way. You can't hang with my chosen one. You can't be on the side of mine to come up with them. No, you ain't. That's why Ishmael is enemy toward Judah, and Judah too ignorant to recognize it. Oh, Ishmael is so angry with Judah. Isn't it strange how Ishmael is so angry with Judah? Isn't it strange how Esau is so angry with Judah, and Judah too ignorant to see anything? He's in a state of total confusion. And I also know that even though he's locked in that confusion, Yah said he partially blind. That means partially he blind, but he can still see. See, y'all thought he was going to get away fully. No. And those that he has locked, that's the beauty of Yah. He is locked still. They are locked down, waiting. You see? Now, watch this. Then he went on and said he should go. Now, listen to what he took me back. Come on here, Deborah. Let's go back. We got to go back to the beginning. If I created Adam, but before I created Adam, Deborah, I created everything perfect and good. Look at all the jewels and the wealth that he put Adam in the midst of. I'm just giving that to you all today, just to show you how he had everything. Now, it says the trainer is to train up his children. He's letting you know the man's supposed to bring them up as children, babies, in the way that they should go, which is right and righteous. He should go. Look at Judah. Not Judah. Look at Adam. Did he have every way to go? Wasn't he perfect? Yes, he was. He was without sin. So there you go. That's why they made, that's why Yah's son, the Son of Man. Because he was perfect. Adam was perfect. And a lot of y'all don't understand that. Y'all, no one really connected to show you that everything Yah created Adam to be was perfect. 99.9. 99.9 was, he was perfect 100%. Let's put it like that. He was perfect 100%. He put him in the midst of 99.9 good and perfect. But he took on, he also, Yah put down 1%, which is good and evil. And that perfect man chose that 1% over that 99.9. So he had to send another one of him. Well, wait a minute. But they said it was woman. No, that's why he didn't send another woman. Because he knew it wasn't a woman from the beginning. Heavens knew it wasn't. You know what brought me to tears 2 days ago? 2 days ago, I had to sit up and hear someone talk about Ethiopian Bible or whatever. But they were talking. I don't know if they were talking about the Bible or what, but they broke that thing down. And I sat and said, now see the difference between them and me? The Holy Spirit has taught me. And they themselves are reading it, knowing it to be what it's supposed to be, but won't open their mouth to tell the truth. But in that thing, I cried, y'all. I had no other choice. Because in it, it told the person that was talking, broke it down, really who woman was. He said it was all a lie. She was never tempted. The power that was invested in her. It all was a lie. And I just cried like a baby. I said, Father, here it is in the midnight hour. And the 99.9 still believe the lie. I don't care how many times you teach it and preach it. Just to hear somebody else tell you, or hear somebody else teach it and break it all the way down like you've been telling people on this devil platform, which it doesn't make any difference. Because the food that I feed is spirit and truth. It has the light in it. And it's only for that one. It ain't for everybody to get on here and think that they are tuned in and they get it. You know, you don't get it. You just hear it in the way. Okay? Portraying, role playing, hypocrite. Okay? So here in this, but the man that was speaking it, he began to break it all down. Why they took woman's position? Because it was too powerful. See, I told y'all. All you have to do is listen to the Holy Spirit. Let the Holy Spirit teach you. Oh, no. You think you can read and get it. Read on. Precept your tail to death. A little here and a little there to death. A little line here and a line there to death. Take your tail somewhere and sit down. Okay? So when it says should go, so he's letting you know there is a way, Deborah, that they should go. Do they go? No. But I want to let them know it's a way that they should go. But do they go? Nope. But Deborah, I want to make sure people understand that there is a way they should go. But do they go? Nope. And that's just what they said. Now watch this. When he is old, this is where I was like, well, what's the difference from that child to old? Because, listen to this. When he is old, he will not depart. That's powerful, y'all. But it's beautiful. Very powerful and beautiful at the same time. So he said, and when he is old, he will not depart. He shall not depart. Now, what he's trying to say to you, if you teaches your seeds righteous and right, righteous and right shall follow them all the way until they old. show you where it starts. When the trainer that has all these seeds in his womb have a child, he is to raise them up in a way that is right and righteous. So he should in that way. And when he is old, that same righteous that he trained him up in, it will still be in him when he's old. I'm going to give y'all the end of it, which is beautiful. Now, if a man were to train his children up, 99.15 trillion really don't pay attention to the book they call the Word. They don't walk in it. They don't talk in it. They don't abide by it. They don't do nothing according to what they even reading out of it. Because if they had any sense, they would see and lock in what this is saying. They would have knew that to train, it would have to be a trainer. He would have to have that position from the kingdom because he has all the living in him. He got baby sperms in him. And when they are children, you are to train them up in the way of right or righteous. Watch this. And when he get old, he's letting you know, if you done it my way, the way that I told you, when he get old, he's not going to depart from the way you trained him up. And why not? Because he's holding now right and righteous. Why? Because those were your sperms that you trained up in what to do, what is right and righteous. And if you train your children up, you know you got them for what, about 18? Guess what? That which you train them up in right and righteous is not going to depart them, even when they old. Now listen to the key. Even when he is old, he will and shall not depart. What is it he departing from? He's showing you how it was always his will that the trainer train the children up in the way of right and righteous. Why? Because if he trained them up, they would train theirs up and on and on and on. Look at this mess we got today. And nobody in this world blamed men. And they should have. Look how they got away with it. How did they get away with it? Because they were Satan picked. That's how they got away with it. That's how they still get away with it. They was always the pick that Satan chose. They did good. Satan did good. Because he used man to get the world where it's at today. Not woman, but men. But they had to make and instill and enforce the fact that it was woman just to make you out of the fools that you are. Live a fool, die a fool. Wake up and end up where all fools go for eternity. Because if you really look at the picture and you see it clear, you can see this world and what it's in. And when you finish running your lying mouth, from the Arabs to every four corners, only one run this world is men. The only wicked, evil, abomination, Satanism, witchcraft, whoremongering, having all the wives, having all the pleasure. All that is Satanism, y'all. That's wicked in darkness. Jumping from house to house to house to house all over the place. And this world told men that it's okay. You can do that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what you created for. See how they fool? But you ain't taught not one child righteous. You ain't taught not one of your sperms how to walk upright in righteous. Why not? The world wouldn't be in the condition it's in today. You can never, and the Spirit was telling me a long time ago, but he was also bringing it up to me today when I was as I was teaching it. All you have to do is see the world in what it is. If it was woman issue in the beginning, you will see it throughout time being the issue. It was never woman. That's why woman was out of the scene. Even when Yeshua HaMashiach came, he came to take the place of the one that reneged against Yah, which was man. If it was woman, then it would have been woman. That's facts. That's what you call hardcore spirit and truth. It was never woman. He was coming to do what Adam dropped the ball in doing. You see? And when he came, they were after who? Mary. To do what? To take her life, because she was carrying the seed. It's like unto y'all. Make some sense with your little sense you might think you have. In the beginning, who was carrying the seeds? Man. He was carrying the sperms. So you see, it was him all the time. I know it. They still lie to you. And these people on this devil platform talking about dreams and vision and what y'all got to say to do to somebody today. Sit y'all tail somewhere and sit down. All this midnight darkness out here, and you talking about dreams and visions and Beyonce and all this old bull crap. He coming to bring a whole country down at a blink of an eye. And here everybody in that country sitting here playing around with everybody, lying and stealing and destroying and acting greedy and wicked and pride-minded, self-centered. But let me give you the end. Train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart. Now, we know that the stage of a child to old, and then after old, what we do? We pass away. But he's letting you know there's something that will not depart. It will not depart. Righteous trained up by the trainer in their children. It will not depart from them. From child to old to eternal. That's what it says. When they get old, when he is old, he will not depart. Righteous follows him all the way to eternal. From child to when he is old to eternal. So you see how the world took on Adam. Have walked in Adam, talked in it, lived, and done everything. Notice Adam, when he spoke to Adam, Adam didn't recognize, I disobeyed you, I disrespect you, I didn't do what you tell me, please forgive me, I'm sorry. What did Adam say? What most men are after today? Lust. I'm naked. The things that are to the flesh is what he was able to recognize. Not, I wronged you. I did this, and I did this. But that I'm naked. And because you gave me the woman, she caused me to eat. Never owned up to it. So you see why we're at where we at today? Why men are constantly dealing with voodoo, witchcraft, sorcery at its highest, abomination, Satanism, child molesting, raping, child sex trafficking, organ trafficking, eating humans, drinking blood, demonic. I started off with voodoo and witchcraft, all that stuff. That's what all of them doing now. And guess what? Y'all sit y'all tails up here looking at me all cockeyed. And would bust a move on me as if I said something. But the world's sitting here doing all this darkness, and you're very content with what they're doing. This is the sickness that rests in the people today. And you know what? As time go on, I can feel it even more and more. I heard a gentleman, a brother was telling me how sick the world is and how, you know why he's saying that? Because he feel that thing. Y'all don't know what it's like to feel it, because y'all so busy lying. Y'all so busy not only lying out of your mouth, you're lying in your spirit. You're walking in your lies. You're talking in your lies. You're teaching, trying to teach in your lies. So therefore, you must be the father, child, for he is the father of lies. And a lot of them can't even comprehend that. So here, I like the end of it because he said, and when he get old, it shall not depart. It's letting you know after old, it's you sleep. And its next stage is eternal. So it's going to be with him. From child to old, even when he depart from out of this old life. That same stage of righteous, of right, will stick with him. So you see how a lot of these women get around here and be married to these men. It's all has a lot to do with lust. It has a lot to do with abomination. I cannot even begin to understand how that so many parents let their husbands, their brothers, their fathers, their grandfathers molest and have sex with their children. Then you look at today at Epstein looking all stupid, trying to figure out, well, why he did that, who all was in it. Shut your ugly mouth. It ran through your family up and down. It's been going on all up in your family. Just because darkness is thinking it's hiding, don't mean nothing. Nobody won't come out and tell the truth. Why? Because they'll tell everything on everybody. So they rather die with the truth and wake up to damnation, because that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of people, a lot of women be trying to hide these fathers, trying to hide from me. I don't never say nothing bad about their father. I don't never say nothing negative about them. Sit your stupid tail down. Sit your stupid tail down. You want the child to play a fantasy and don't even understand that father that you know is supposed to took on a training mentality. You want that child to see that father to be something he ain't never been. Ain't never seen him, ain't gave him nothing to eat, ain't put a roof over his head, but you want the children to see the wrong thing about these fathers. That's what the woman did. They supported this wicked and evil, this sorcery, this witchcraft, because that's what you see. Donald Trump's wife would support him to the utmost. Epstein girlfriend, all of them. That's why she's still in prison. They gonna let him. I don't think she's in prison. I think they let her go underground to him. I don't think she's there. I think they tell y'all that, but they can tell y'all. Y'all part of the world. You believe it. That's why these platforms is here for the darkness. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Oh yes, they're here for the darkness. They're here to feed people what they want to hear and what they want to feed from. And this is what they want, so they're going to get what they've been asking and bargaining for. So I'm grateful that the Father allowed me to fully understand that that was a trainer, not a train. He was supposed to, the man that was carrying the sperms, he was supposed to have been a trainer. 99.9, y'all might think that this is a lie, but most of the children ain't never had seen their father. They don't even know their father. And the father don't give a rest behind if they know them. And all the ways of the father is running all down their bloodline. And who have to deal with them? The mama who laid up with them. She got to suffer through her rest of her life dealing with the same trash she dealt with when she was with them, and had to let them go on and move. She had to move on. This is why men constantly finding reason to make sure they make women look real bad. It's because Adam did the same thing. Did not he do that in front of the Most High, as it said? And the Most High said, it was never her. It was always him. And the same men that is like unto him have lied about it, preached about it, taught about it, wrote books about it. And even to this very day, they still said it was Eve, and it never was. So you see how big the lie is. And just like in Genesis chapter 1, that's the starter off as the biggest lie. So you have to know Genesis 2, 3, and 4 has the words to lie in it. Because if the first one was, a lot of people right here today have teach, preach, and understood, and I ain't gonna say they understood, they took it and taught it as a lie, and that's why it's still a lie today. And this is why he said, I visit the iniquity of the fathers. He tell the children that if you do this, you will be the crown of your fathers, the crown of your father, the glory of your father. You'll be a crown on your father's head. You see, everything you do good, your father gonna have a crown on his head, because he's gonna be proud. He's gonna be boasting. But he never took on, and wait a minute, when he do the evil things, guess what he said? he brings sorrow to the mom. Only when he do good, the father get glory. He don't even have to be in the house. The father gonna get glory either when he do good or when he do bad. Mama could have raised him up for 18 years. That's why you see a lot of these men killing their mothers. Because it's not the person that never been there, it's the person that always been there to make sure you had what you want and what you need. And y'all don't see the backwards in that? No, you don't. Because a lot of you all, not only are your eyes full of darkness, your ears is full of darkness. And the mindset is loaded with darkness. It won't accept nothing but darkness. And that's all you need to accept. Because you're surely not entitled to anything else. So you settle for it, you get what you settle for. You see? But the truth be told, if there is a man that's out there that is the light, this is the sort of stuff he's supposed to be bringing out of darkness. This is the sort of stuff, like, why would I 2 days ago have to hear a European break that thing down? He broke it down, even though he was using also what he believed that the Ethiopians had said, but yet he was breaking it down. He said Eve ain't never was tempted. It was Adam all the time. I said, and I just started crying. And he broke it down like I have taught it over and over and over and over. But it don't matter no more, y'all. It's over. It is over. It's over in the way that you think that you're going to rechange and rethink it and refill it and redesign it, to reteach it, re-speak it. No, it's over, baby. Because the world has been fully deceived by Satan. And what Satan's goal was, if I can get the one that's going to bring forth the sperms, the seed donors, I got to get him on my side. And he knew it. If he can get Adam, he got it made. And that's what he did. And that's why the father sent another male to do what that male failed to do. And if it was really a woman, he would have sent a man and a woman, or a woman, since she wanted to usher in sin, as they lied to y'all to believe. And this man was teaching it, and he showed the authority of Eve. He broke down his authority, a way he read or he understand the authority of Eve is the reason why men had switched it and lied. And he said he called it the Western Bible. I think that's what he said. The Western teaching and the Western belief in their Bible. That's what he was saying. Told y'all run around here chasing books. Book y'all tell somewhere and sit down. Shoot. He said this thing don't come by nothing but hearing. We know the hearing is spirit. So what the rats behind y'all chasing all these books for? What is it going to do? How is it going to redeem you? It can't. It's over. It's finished. So the only place it can take y'all tails is in the darkness. That's about it. If these people do not get with somebody that's speaking spirit and truth with the light in their hand, they lost with the cause and without one. And guess what? They're the one that's going to suffer during this tribulation and perilous time. He said, me and heart's going to fail them. And it's already there. It's already there. That's why they out here doing all kind of stuff they ain't got no business doing. So our Sister Deborah's going to try to get another video out before my Sabbath. And after that, I'll see you after my Sabbath. So I hope you got something out of it. But even if you didn't, I know that I did. So I say shalom and shalom.